kills on him before they go down, and still, if we look at the units lost tab, you can see he's still quite far ahead of the Zerg player. But now, we're starting to see mutas popping out over here. But look at this. Cannons going up en masse to make sure that the Protoss player is well defended. However, they're getting taken out really quickly by roaches, and it looks like, oh, but 3 are going to go up, and those roaches are going to have to back off. They're not going to be able to take all this out, and the Zerg player going to lose a couple of overlords on top of it all. Not like it's going to matter at this point in the game, considering he's not making use of that food count. I'd actually like to see a couple of Nidus canals going down so he could take these islands, because the Protoss player is just not equipped. He hasn't used any observers, and he hasn't had any dropships where he could take care of that. But it looks like it doesn't matter. The Zerg player does not have that in his mind or his game plan, and he's trying to go on for a full-on frontal attack over here against the cannons, trying to micro as best he can, but force field's going down. That's not going to help the cannons, but that is going to help the Colossi as he blocks in. Beautiful job. Oh no, the roaches are blocked in, and with the limited range that they have, they are not able to attack anything but a pylon. The cannon does manage to go down, but at this point it's so difficult for the Zerg player to try to survive this, especially with Immortals out on the field once again. Wow, Immortal Colossus combo against Mass Roach. This is not looking good for the Zerg player at this point. I gotta say, unless he can get this base up and running here, this is probably going to be GG. And again, I want to see Infestors. We have the Infestation Pit, but clearly he was just doing that to get a hive. And really, Paralyze would be one of those things, or Neural Parasite, I should say, would be one of these things that would possibly turn the game back in his favor. But oh my Sentry God, there are 16 of these bastards all over the place. That is like unlimited force field right there. And with the Immortals and the Colossi, this game is as good as over. So I guess as we watch the final moments of the Zerg player's life as he refuses to GG until he's eliminated. Although, look at this, he is actually mining really well over here. But you can see even then he's still very far behind in the mineral race, as this is his only base mining versus the Protoss player who has a regular base and a high mineral base mining. He's not going to be able to compete. And even more Sentry, my goodness, that is 24 plus Sentry, 25 Sentry in total. That's going to be ridiculous. Them alone can take out pretty much the entire Zerg base, and especially going up against Muta Roach. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It looks like he tries to get the Colossus to go down, but the Zerg player, as you can see, he is down over 2-1 in army count, food count over here. Not going to be able to hold this off. As soon as this base goes down, that's pretty much GG. And nicely done to OminouS, the Protoss player, who, by the way, is the one who gave me the replay. Oh, spoiler at the end of the game. Well, you probably knew all along, as I could pronounce his name and not the other guys. But anyway, GG to FDWDHF, and also very good game to OminouS. Nicely done. I gotta say, he must have had, obviously had a lot of gas to produce all these units. This is one of those armies that you literally can't produce unless it's late in the game. For that reason, let's see what his upgrades are. +3 weapons upgrade on the ground force. That's really impressive, actually, and that's going to make those sentries all the more deadly, as well as these ridiculous Immortals who get the bonus on both their bonus damage as well as their regular damage. So nicely done. And while we wait for this game to wind down, let me just say again, be sure to come check out the live cast of Team USA versus Team Canada. The first version was fantastic, and it's basically a grudge match, as we call it, and a lot of fun to watch. So be sure to be there, because it's guaranteed to be a good set of games, as the last set of games were also fan-freaking-tastic, going to a Game 7. This is a best-of-7, and it is not, I don't think it's a Winners League format. It's just going to be everybody playing their 1-versus-1 matchups. So going to be a lot of fun. 7:30 p.m. EST, Thursday, the 29th. Be there, or don't be there, and be a jerk. All right, guys, see you then. GG.